Revelation 12:12. Then a great and mysterious sight appeared in the sky. There was a woman whose dress was the sun, and who had the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was soon to give birth, and the pains and suffering of childbirth made her cry out. Another mysterious sight appeared in the sky. There was a huge red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and a crown on each of his heads. With his tail, he dragged a third of the stars out of the sky and he threw them down to the earth. He stood in front of the woman in order to eat the child as soon as it was born. Then she gave birth to a son who will rule over all the nations with an iron rod. But the child was snatched away and taken to God and his throne. The woman fled to the desert, to the place God had prepared for her, where she'll be taken care of for 1,260 days. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and fought back with his angels. But the dragon was defeated, and he and his angels were not allowed to stay in heaven any longer. The huge dragon was thrown out, that ancient serpent named the devil or Satan, that deceived the whole world. Here in Mexico, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have such a woman, and she is pregnant. And her name is Guadalupe, and she has a moon under her feet, and she's clothed with the sun. And her other name is Tonantzin. And that makes philosophy a very complicated story, but a story worth trying to figure out. Because if we look to the Mother of God as the Virgin Mary, we look at particularly many mothers of God. But Tonantzin was the mother of Huitzilopochtli, the god of war and the god of the sun. Yalad is Aditi, Yashoda, mother of Krishna. And what about this? Mary had many children. Which one? He would have been the oldest because she was virgin when he was born, right? So what is it all about? How does that work? I don't claim myself to be a great Bible scholar or a great erudite in these matters, but if you see the mothers of God in their different disguises, you see the same being. How can God have a mother? That's the question. And what would God be without a mother? Now, you can go to the Tao. It's a little bit less complex. When Brahma doesn't have a mother, he has a father. Out of a lotus flower from a bell button. Then Rudra strong stuff. But worth discussing, worth trying to figure out, worth making note of. I think in this matter of demonizing certain gods and all that stuff, mankind has been slip sliding in the moon shadows. And that's a dangerous place to be because one should know how to pray. One should know how to pray. The Bible says in the last days, people will pray after their own pleasures. Also says you should kill the witch. Killing is not the kind of thing. So we have the Bible, we have the Quran, we have the Talmud. How does the Bhagavad Gita go with the Talmud? If the Jews are truly polytheistic, as they have been said to be in some videos, that makes a lot more sense to the whole history of man. Because truly the question is, in theology, monotheism or polytheism, which is the truth. If you're a witch doctor, as I am here in Templestown, the mere thought of there being no deities is ridiculous. Because you confront them and they walk. You deal with them. From death, the sun, the stars, the rivers, the dragons. There's a lot of beings that are deified in the life of the Buddha. In fact, I would probably venture to say that all beings are deified in the life of the Buddha. All beings eventually reach that summit of consciousness where there is no beings except one great, powerful thing, being God. Cosmos. The thing is to examine the realms you've already gone to. I've been to hell, I've been to what I understand to be heaven, and they're very similar, in a way, because everybody there knew they were dead, but they still existed. They were still present, which is not individual, and yet no longer individual, because they could just be named the dead, and the big cosmos thing, they get kind of clobbered, sucked in, vanished in the white light. Time itself, it's vanished. There is only one moment. It's always the same moment. It's a long moment. But in the span of time, it's so tiny. So, remember to offer the medicine to the guardian or to the keeper of the medicine, he who holds the medicine sacred. to you a holy sacrifice and savor. So I offer it to him first. It's just right. I've noticed in this here mirror that when I smoke a lot, is I kind of get in my good eye. Good for bad. When you're having to light your pipe too much means that you've probably finished the weed and you're just smoking ash. Which means that you should probably get yourself a toothpick or some type of, maybe this, scratch a little bit, try it in your hand, bingo, ash. Now, if you're a brujo, you recognize the power in your hand with that there black ash. Because you know somebody will be watching you. And you can just go in their face. And then you put in your forehead. Because if you did such a bad thing, you deserve a tatch. It's not nice to blow ash into people's faces. And it should have a punishment. So you punish yourself first for having that. Superstitions. I dedicate my life to them, you know. That's what I do for a living. I read cards. I work. Math spells. And somehow, I always have new clients. The problem with magic spells and cards and all that is you're not really sure if you want more clients. Karma Kanga. You are absorbing the karma. That has consequences, always. But we're in Kali Yuga, which means that somehow those consequences are to be expected. And our soul returns home to God. We'll find peace in everything we have done and with everything we have done. That's the promise of reincarnation. Now, this is a Bible class, and we're discussing the woman and the dragon. The Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Talmud, because you can't separate one holy book from another. But here's a very interesting detail which I must add to the discussion. Muslims and the Christians, when they come upon a religion they dislike, they burn their books. The Hindus read them first. And I don't think they burned them. They probably copied them. And somehow, when they came here and burnt all the books of the Aztecs, Mayans, well, these people were giving their hearts to God. Something that very few Christians and Muslims do. Now, if that serpent from those Aztec people was the devil, as the Christians and Muslims would think. And who do you rather have on your team? The team that burns books, or the team that reads them? Good night. Have a wonderful week, year, month, destiny.